My thoughts on Charlie Kirk's assassination that happened on September 10th, 2025. You can unfriend me, and you can block me and report me on this. I don't feel anything for him, and he doesn't deserve any flowers, thoughts or prayers, or in remembrance. He isn't a hero, and he shouldn't be a martyr, and definitely needs to not be no golden image or an idol. I won't mourn. I won't shed anything. He's none more than a mongerer of everything satanic, division, desperation, deception, and destruction. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to stomp on his grave either. Another, why is everyone all of a sudden Charlie Kirk is everybody's friends? Why is that? Charlie Kirk is not and never ever will be some Mr. Rogers or some understood Mr. Rogers. Let's be real here. Let's be clear. Let's get that. No. So all this needs to stop. It really does. Because all this is just clickbaits at this moment. People who's saying RIP, we miss you, my friend. No. They wasn't doing any of this Tuesday. And another, no black hands, no black gang members was involved and then I pulled that trigger. Blacks wasn't in it was not the majority at Utah or any of Charlie Kirk's events or live streams. Yes, they debated, but then that was it. Nobody got hurt, nobody got harmed. That's it. You know, we all, even Kirk, lived to tell another day until September 10th. No blacks wishing for his assassination. Plus, whether you like it or not, whether you're a red conservative or blue liberal, they're all on the same team with the same leadership and the same propaganda and agendas. So please stop and don't put this on being Democratic or being Republican or it's the left fault or it's the Democrats, it's the liberals. Last time I checked, I thought liberals and lefties couldn't shoot. I thought liberals and lefties couldn't fight. So how could a liberal or lefty pull a trick that only a super Hollywood, super action star could have pulled? Or someone with CIA training or military training could have pulled that off. Not some quote-unquote blue-haired feminist named Bertha. So, the truth of this discussion and matter, a Caucasian finger pulled that trigger on that sniper rifle. Nowhere was it in any quote-unquote black crisis zones like Atlanta, Baltimore, and white supremacist favorite, Chicago and D.C. The ABCDs of white supremacy. Due to the 1350, well, if blacks are 1350, then Caucasians, y'all just prove yourselves to be 70, 90. So do your research and demographic in Utah and where Charlie Kirk's rallies and also his attendance and where he goes within this country for his events. Charlie Kirk with others just like him were taught to keep and refresh this demonic system powers of white supremacy. Whether you like it or not, because when you sweep racism under the rug, you're a part of the problem. I don't care who you are. These satanic influences are both left and right, both of them. Parties who co-op built this entire empire called the United States of America. First physically, now it's digitally on YouTube, on Twitter, it's on Facebook. You know it, I know it, we see it every day. With clickbaits of anti-woke, leftists are evil, hate, racism, bigotry, and supremacy. Again, both political parties are evil and corrupted. This goes as far as back as I'm going to keep it to the 80s and up to now. With Reagan, Clinton, Obama, Trump, and Biden, and now Trump again. So what's truly the difference? What truly changed between race issues between whites and blacks? And the sad thing is you have foreigners who are taking part of this. You have Hispanics, you got Asians, you got Indians taking part of this. Come on now. So he was indoctrinated on hating his neighbors, just like everybody else. When you hate your neighbor, no. What the Bible says about, you're supposed to hate your neighbors because they don't look like you? What does the Bible says about that? While being fed poison on the good old days. He was laser focused entirely on blacks due to black on black proximity crimes, just like how a white guy took out Charlie Kirk. Was nobody black. He was in no black neighborhood, like I said earlier, with the black crisis zones. He was in a white zone. He never getting taken out by his own. And yes, he was very anti-black. Y'all go do your research on him instead of crying rivers and all that, give him flowers, making him a golden image. He is no Mr. Rogers. He never, ever should ever be compared to him. So where is Charlie Kirk's sympathy and empathy for Michael Brown, Tamir Rice, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd? He seems to be drugging from his grave every time when this stuff happens. And Jordan Neely. Because like I said in my previous videos, why y'all comparing? Why do y'all want a George Floyd when y'all need to become when y'all need to say we need to prevent a George Floyd, whether he looks like me or not? I don't want that happening. So where is true sympathy and empathy? Because if there's black on black crimes, then explain that. That's a white on white crime. And why Charlie Kirk didn't reprimand Shiloh Hendricks and all these neo-Nazis be on social media hiding behind fake avatars and fake screen names. So why Kirk praising, and this is the big one. So why Charlie Kirk and people like him praising the domestic terrorism acts of J6 Capitol insurrection, January 6th. I don't care. They were pardoned. All of them were terrorists, and they deserve to stay in jail. No, there's nothing patriotic about that. If anything, it's the opposite. Because, like I said in my video before, if it was a majority black people out there, what would all you patriots would be saying? All you Baptists and all you Christians, what would you all be saying? So the evidence is out there. Charlie Kirk was much more villain than anything of some hero. And if being a hero means you hate on others, that make you satanic. Because Charlie Kirk didn't do any better or to be better, he truly lived by the bullet and died by the bullet. So that's why I didn't think of him then. I won't think of him now. If anything, this same society and system with oceans deep of blood on their hands helped end in Charlie Kirk's death. So shame on you. Shame on you for taking part in ending his life prematurely while preaching hate. Because I guarantee, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to end. And then there's other mass shootings that happened during then. So I will start with this thoughts and prayers and flowers and remembrance because it's just going to continue. This is a loop and cycle of hate, of division, desperation, deception, and destruction. And another thing I'm going to end this off with. Do Charlie Kirk's bones in favor. Do them a favor and quit being his friend. Because because of what happened before the 10th, none of y'all mentioned his name, spoke of him, or did anything about him. Now, all of a sudden, everyone on social media is nothing but Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk, Kirk. That's it. People who I listen to are talking about him. Left and right. No, something's wrong here. This is not right. No. Be honest with yourself, with your nothingness of him.